Alright, howdy y'all. We're gonna play some Smash Bros today. I'm joined by my friend Lucid here. And we're just trying to figure out how to join the same arena, but we'll get started in a minute here. Okay. Do you know if it's... I wonder if it's case sensitive. Do you know? Oh, wait. Are you able to put a space in there? Oh, never mind. That's for the... I was trying to look for the arena ID. I was in the wrong spot, but let me find you. Dude, there's probably millions of these. Okay, hold on. I probably need to narrow it down. Or are you able to see what the arena ID is? Because I'm able to search it by arena ID. I don't know where you see that information at. Let me see. Hold on. It says host can find it in the upper right corner of the screen or inside the arena settings menu. Yeah, it says it's on the top right corner. Or let me see, do I have you as a friend? Because I get search it by friend as well. I feel like I have added you as a friend in the past on here. No, never mind. That says I have a friend online. Hold on. Shit, I don't even remember to look that up either. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, it says that you're in there. You have the Yoshi, right? Your avatar's a Yoshi? Oh, that's weird. I look it up on Friends Arena, it doesn't pop up. But are you able to... Okay, if I look up Arena on the public thing, I'm able to sort it by... Okay, so to ask what type, any skill level? Oh, go ahead. What is it? I just realized that another issue that I'll have to work out for next time, which is that since I have Discord running through my earbud, it doesn't go in through the stream, so to people I sound like I'm just kind of talking to nobody right now. No, I'll figure it out next time. They'll know you're here when you're playing though. You'll communicate through your amazing muse. GCD. TG. That's it? Oh yeah, that's 5 out of 5. Nice. Alright. I'm in. Yep. Nice. Wait, how do I change my fighter? Oh, there we go. Playing as Cloud? Oh, got you. Ooh, Marth? Oh. How do I drag myself in? Oh, my bad. A Japanese person. Oh, nice. Free for all. Be kind of cool once we get a double team somehow. Because you and I, as the two Fire Emblem characters, would be just like destroying people. 3, 2, 1, go! We didn't have to tell them we're fighting together. Oh yeah, I can already tell. This guy's kind of a scrub. Wait, do we have items? Oh shit. Oh, I forgot. That's not on my team. Oh! Don't mind if I do. Where am I? Oh shit, he actually got me. I feel rusty. Either that or my controller's just not, like, responding well. It's kind of balls. That makes a lot of sense. Is that like Nintendo server's issue, or just like your internet connection? I'm surprised it's not the other way around. The other day I was watching people play as Roy. Oh, hold on, sorry. I noticed nobody does. I don't think it's technically a wave dash, but you can do like your up A. I don't know if this is true with Mark II. I don't even know, like, what is your up A anyways? Okay, yeah, I think ours is the same, but I think mine has fire. I don't know if this is the case for you too, but you can like do your up A, but like slide as you're doing it. Okay, yeah, I didn't see. Oh. What do they call it now? Whose team are you on? No, just... My bad. Zerork. Oh my god. Nice. Not bad. Snively little bastard. You know what? I never noticed that. Is that what his name's supposed to be? Like a sniveling little bastard or something? I mean, he's a snake, but... Oh, hold on. It's because I dropped my earbud. Give me a second. Oh, shit. So it was... Told me it was time to go to school. Oh my god. I mean, I can't even complain because we were double teaming him before he did all that. The lag is kind of crazy on here. Kind of hard to like move effectively. Yeah, I guess, I mean, the other thing too is like when you're trying to do one like input after another, but like the first one doesn't really go through, it kind of throws you off. Or it's like harder too. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, should I switch players? I probably should have. What's the rule generally? I forgot. Is it you have to switch characters when you lose, or you're supposed? I mean, not that it's a rule, but like the standard practice, or is it when you win a match you're supposed to switch characters? I guess. Are we teaming up on this one or no? Not bad. Okay. Oh! Yeah, he's not too bad. Wait, are you able to turn items off? What the hell is this thing? Yeah, I don't know if that was a benefit for him, or I guess it was. Huh? Dude, the delay throws me off too for like spacing issues too, and I'm like jumping between platforms. I don't know if you run into that. I chose to just commit to it. What? I didn't even know what happened, to be honest with you. Oh. Was that the Pokeball or the little capsule thing? Oh shit, yeah. I remember they did that with the capsules. I know they did it with Smash Balls now. Oh. I'm so curious. Are you able to counter those? That'd be wild. Well, yeah, but you know what? I feel like I have countered that before, but it's like one of those counters where it doesn't hurt them, it just dodges for you. I don't know if you've ever seen those. 'Cause I think there's other moves that applies to too. Oh, shit! Are those the chickens from Zelda? Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh, I know. What the hell? That mushroom makes me go in reverse, huh? Oh, fuck! God damn it. I wonder, is he just, like, out of principle, doesn't want to use it, or is he saving it for something? I forgot I had that. Well, I can, but I forgot I had that on me. I was trying to do the regular B attack. I'm so not used to, like, I hardly ever play with items at all. I don't even know what items are in this game, besides the ones that I'm used to from the old game. I remember we used to play, like, in person with people. There's always a debate whether or not we would even use the smash balls or not. Yeah, I don't really like them because some of them are like way more overpowered than others. Oh yeah, and then you got like the Donkey Kong one, which is total ass. It's probably good, but it's just kind of weird to use. What does that mushroom do? This mother... Is that supposed to be my benefit or not? Because this thing is throwing me off. I can't see shit. Oh. I got 0 lives now. Wait. I just realized in the arena chat, he was talking to us in English, no? Or does it translate it for him? Do they let you write anything in there or in this game, or do they only give you the presets? Because I know some games will do that so that you can't, like, say curse words and stuff. GG, too easy. Nah, just messing around. Try to see if I could put anything that's totally unrelated. Oh yeah, these are all like specific to the game. Can't we change characters? Like it's unfair. I don't have like anybody unlocked either. Yeah, I really haven't played this game. I think when I got the Switch, I bought the game because I'm like, how can you not have Smash Brothers? And I never had a reason to play because I only like to play multiplayer with people. I guess I'll play Seamus. Seamus O'Houlihan. I mean, I prefer it, but it's up to you guys. Yeah. I forgot Persona was in this. You ever play any of those games? Wait, is that Nocturne? Oh no, that's Persona, my bad. That's Persona, I forgot. Because they got the Persona series and they have the SMT series. Yeah. Because they're like kind of part of the same franchise, but kind of not. It's all... I think Persona started off as like a spin-off of SMT. And like a lot of the same themes and like the monsters that you collect and stuff are the same. I forgot what the actual difference is between Persona and SMT though. I think Persona has more like relationship dynamic stuff. It is. You play the modern Fire Emblem games? They're the same way. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't see it. I think Donkey Kong's my favorite mean character to play as. Oh! Oh, do you have mine? Oh, never mind. I hardly ever play range characters, but when I do, I just go into troll mode and just spam shit to just fuck with people. It's like kind of makes me like the Great Equalizer. Like everybody's gonna get a little bit of damage. I don't even know what happened right there. Ah! uh. Oh.
I saw that. I didn't even know you could do that, to be honest with you. Oh, damn. His, what do you call it when... Is it edge guarding or whatever? When you're able to, like, kind of fight off the edge of the field? It's actually really good at it. That's something I kind of need to work on. I'm always afraid to try to do anything. I think it's because I play as Roy so often, and it's, like, very dangerous to be near the edges, Roy. Just avoid it at all costs. Oh, that guy? Yeah. What does a Kirby side B do again? Oh yeah, that thing. Oh no, that's a side A. Yeah. Oh, the side B is the hammer. His guarding timing is really good. I feel like he's better with DK than he was with the other characters too. Yeah, almost like a perfect guard. Or would it be a perfect guard? Because I forget, what does a perfect guard do again? I don't think it does anything, right? I think it just allows you to follow up really quickly. Saw what you did there. You're trying to fake that you're gonna do the block, huh? You guys are kind of both down to the wire, though. Oh! That was close. Yeah. Oh! I mean, I don't really play Kirby that often. What are his, meteor mashing moves? Oh! You earned that one, though. Kirby doesn't have a lot of moves that will send him flying, like, without charging up, right? Well-rounded. And, like, a lot of recovery ability. Yeah. Yeah. Have you played any of the new Fire Emblem games? I was gonna say, because we were talking about Persona, and Fire Emblem turned into a similar thing where it has like a whole like dating dynamics thing. It's like half the game now. Yeah, but it's like way more than the old games were. And then they also had, at least in the last game, where there'd be a time skip, and the characters that you paired up with have kids that inherit their abilities. It's kind of cool. You can make like broken characters. Yeah. Are you playing as a... Oh, you are. The guy cracks me up. I know, I feel bad. I feel like I was picking on you. I'll be honest, I didn't even mean to grab you. I think it was like a glitch, not a glitch, I'm looking for? Not a ping issue, you know what I'm talking about, like a lag thing? Yeah. I guess I didn't really realize that about Kevin Felgen. I guess that's his downside, right? He's like a glass cannon. I just noticed that Greninja's been avoiding my ass. Greninja. Oh, what the f- Oh, I forgot. Forgot about that. Uh-huh. Does he kill himself? Why? Yeah, what was that all about? Wait, was he trying to even... Oh, he was trying to even it up. The stock. Yeah. I kind of like this guy. Yeah. He's trying to even it up again? What a gentleman. Oh, yeah. Nah. They're afraid. I understand though. She remembers those times? Oh yeah. How did that wind up working out? I remember those messages, but I don't know what came of all that. I remember seeing those messages, but I don't know what came of all that.
I must move forward.
Yeah. Oh yeah, thank you. How did how was it playing with him? I mean, I remember kind of talking a little bit about how I know him and stuff. What was your impression? Oh, really? What? Oh, you guys never like wound up playing together at the same time? Oh. Oh yeah, I remember that too, because he'd be like, oh, let's play it this time, and then you were like playing for a while, and he was like, I'm playing, I'm getting on now, and you're like, I've already been playing for 3 hours, though. Yeah. Well, I remember him saying he was gonna get on at a certain time, though, and it, like, he didn't wind up getting on until like 3 hours later or something.
Oh yeah, because we were talking about. He sent me he probably sent you the same one where they like wrestled a gator or something. Oh my god, playing two of them. Or he sacrifices himself because he's he's depressed. I heard like the Persona music. I love this song, by the way. I like how you just kind of accepted it too. Because like you had to see me running at you for a hot minute. Oh. What is it, Falco's does something different, right? Does it shoot slower or something? Oh, god damn it. Oh, that makes... okay. That makes sense. Not bad. Oh, shit. Wait, oh, the one dude left, huh? Is he... oh, he's blue this time. Never mind. That threw me off. I don't see names, I only see color. Oh, they cheering for me. They were cheering for somebody. Oh! I was too. Oh.
The hell was that? Kind of. It still kind of bothers me sometimes. But that's probably true of everybody, so. To be tag teamed by two ladies. It's a fate better than death. This is Final Destination. Yeah. This is the Switch version. It's weird because the music is different. I like that meme, that dude. Why? Why is a Japanese dude upset though? Oh, the one that I sent where it's like, where the dude's listening to the Final Destination music, he like transcends. I looked at his page, he like does a few of those. He had one with the Need for Speed Underground, the original soundtrack. Yeah. When the game first starts up and he's like 369, damn shit. Yeah, I played a dub edition. He had one for that too. What was the song they played at the beginning? It's like, it's Manny Fresh. Yeah. Let me show you how I live. Yeah. I'm just thinking about how like I'm streaming and they still can't hear you, so I'm just talking to myself right now. House real big. I'm real big, let me tell you how I live. Yeah. White supremacist Donkey Kong. Anderson Cooper 3000. Oh, we can only do 4 at a time? That's kind of lame. You jumped out. Oh, are you gonna spectate? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oh, okay. How do I spectate? Yeah, I guess so. You guys playing already? How do I spectate? I think it was the new guys who came in. Japanese dude just said hey, or whoa. Oh. I guess it's already set up. Wait, are you guys already in? Oh. What the? Oh, I see. Never mind. Oh, it won't even let me spectate for this battle. It's kind of lame.
I had an idea, by the way, for a stream. I wanted to run it by you and see if you're interested. Okay, so my channel's a lot of political stuff. And I was thinking it might be an interesting stream because you're a moderate that's more like you don't follow politics, I guess, at the same level. I had this idea for, would you be down to interview me as like a moderate voter or whatever? And you can ask like about you know, about like my positions, my thought process on stuff. And I kind of thought about it from the sense of like showing my viewers like how can you talk to people who maybe don't see things your way, or sometimes I take for granted, I think, like the my perspectives and opinions and stuff, and might give an opportunity for someone who isn't of my political persuasion or follows it like I do to ask questions that I don't usually cover. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking like an hour and a half, basically. Like nothing definite. I mean, if you have less questions, that's fine, but we can set up for like another time, maybe like another weekend or something, and you just like come up with a few questions that you have, and then we could do that. Yeah, not like a debate or anything like that. More of like, almost like I was doing a town hall with like undecided voters. Yeah. I was kind of thinking just more along the lines of like as a person, like my political persuasion's like progressive liberal, and I was kind of thinking along the lines of like, okay, you're someone who isn't that. What would be like your questions in terms of things along the lines of like, you know, what does it mean to be a liberal progressive from your perspective, and how do you view this and that thing, and you know, maybe someone who's a little bit more moderate or not into the same politics, like these are your concerns, and like how would someone like me address that, or if you've ever heard any like negative things about my political persuasion, like, you know, you can ask the questions about like, okay, you know, I have this thing or this concern, like what do you think about that, or how do you address that kind of thing. Not oppositional or hostile at all, more of like an opportunity, kind of like not literally, but kind of that same like demeanor as if someone was giving a town hall, and it gives like people opportunity to ask questions, and yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, I thought it'd be interesting, especially because I think you and I have a good dynamic, like talking wise, and then because you're not necessarily of the same political persuasion, but I don't think we're oppositional either. It's like a good opportunity to talk with someone about it where or let me rephrase it, like as a liberal, as a progressive, I oftentimes talk to my audience about like, you know, it's one thing to talk to your own party, but you're just kind of preaching to the choir. Like, what's the point of that? Like, you want to reach people who aren't of that same perspective. So it's almost like a exercise in how do you talk to people who don't know what your politics are about or don't see things your way, without it having to be like a hostile thing where you're able to just kind of like address their concerns or how they view things, that kind of thing. Yeah. Once I thought about it too, I was like, I wonder if I could do that with like other people. Like, I was kind of thinking like Edu. Edu's more like left wing, like actual like left wing. And I don't know if that would really work because I think he's very, unlike you, he's I think he's more into politics, so it'd be more contentious, I guess. But like someone like you,
Yeah, and he probably wouldn't really be happy with a lot of the answers because he already has a lot of. He would go into something like that, like already having a lot of strong opinions about liberals because, you know, in case you're not aware, like the leftists, they don't really like liberals. I think a lot of people who like aren't liberal or leftists, they don't know that, but like it's kind of funny because I think people group us together, but leftists like fucking hate us. Yeah. Right now, there's a big infighting between the left and the liberals. Oh yeah, I'm a socialist basically. I was kind of thinking too, like, yeah. Once I had this idea, I was like, because I remember, you know, I was in one of those activist groups, and I was on like the media and messaging team, and a lot of people there kind of deferred to me on like, how do you talk to people about this or that thing, or how do you argue this point? And this one lady kept asking me, and I had to kind of think about it. She was like, she really wanted me to make content on how to talk to people who are MAGA or talk to people who don't see what the big deal is, kind of thing. So I was kind of thinking along those lines of like showing how you have those conversations. I was kind of thinking of something similar would be like my grandparents, where, you know, there's a whole population of older voters who aren't really like, I feel like their political world's totally different because they get their stuff from like mainstream media. A lot of the younger voters, they get their stuff from alternative media, and I don't even think like we see the same stuff. So it'd be like an interesting conversation of like, how do you talk to like boomers essentially, where they don't really know some of the stuff that we're talking about. What is their perspective? What are their concerns? What preconceived notions do they have? Yeah, she asked me, well, her more specifically, she wanted, like, how do you talk to family members or friends that you have that are MAGA? And I'll be honest, like, my perspective was, and I know it was unsatisfying for her, I was like, I don't really think it's the best use of our time. Like, I think we should focus more on people who are a little bit easier to move over, because it's like the further you are apart on the political spectrum, it takes a lot more time and energy to actually shift them over. And I'm like, that's time and energy you could spend like turning out your own base or getting moderate voters or libertarian voters. People have a little bit more overlap where you already kind of have a shoe in the door. And, you know, obviously she didn't really like that. And I get where she was coming from, because it was more of like people that she has personal relationships with. And I was like, I totally get that. But at the same time, like I'm not really focused on that. It just, for me, it doesn't seem like an effective use of my time to, because like I could think of that. I've had conversations with people like that and stuff, but it's such a long process with somebody who's that far across the spectrum. There's so many. Are you familiar with the term axiom? So like an axiom is like a fundamental concept that you build other things on top of. So for example, like the additive property of mathematics, like 1 + 1 = 2. That's an axiom, and from that axiom you build up more mathematics on top of it. But in a political concept, it might be things like, you know, do you think the 2020 election was stolen? And that concept, like, if you believe that, that changes so many other things about how you see the world and see politics. And it's like the MAGA side versus our side, we diverge, not on the surface level stuff, but like on fundamental stuff that like underpins everything else, where it's like, in order to shift those people over, like you have to get to the root of all those things and change their mind on those things. That's like super time consuming. It's like a project, like years long project. Yeah. Yeah. It's not like, because I feel like she expects it to be like a few conversations. Like, no, that's like a years long process, like 2, 3, 4, 5 years kind of process. It's not something you can just.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, that's actually. I'm glad that you realize that, because you're very right about that. I don't think most people like realize that either. Is because if you're trying to convince somebody like that, it does have to be very, like they have to feel like it's not a hostile conversation. Like it's almost like you and them both just kind of thinking things through and having an open dialogue. They have to like feel comfortable. And that is one thing that I told her, which I think what you're getting at, which is it's almost like you almost have to just ask questions and kind of get them to think about things so that they can arrive at those things on their own, rather than trying to like force a conversion. Yeah. Oh, were you getting in on this round? Oh, there we go. Because I've done that before. I don't know if you know this. Do you remember Claire? Oh, yeah, probably, I guess. So when I met her, she was actually a Trump supporter. Yeah. Yeah, we met, I think, right after he had already won the first election. Yeah, I mean, it's been a few years since we broke up, but shit, by the time I was done with her, no, I'm just kidding. By the time we broke up, though, she was like, she was more progressive, so she totally changed. But that was like 2 years before she got to that point, you know. And that's somebody that's, yeah, my own influence, or my influence, because we'd have a lot of those conversations. But I mean, that's somebody that I was spending like every day with, you know what I mean? And that still took like 2 years. And it's not like I went into it like intentionally trying to change her mind or anything, but like when we had those conversations, I would disagree and like express it and everything. But yeah, that was like 2 years long, and it's like, okay, you take that same process and apply it to someone that you might have a conversation with every now and then, like that's a lot of effort and time that you're spending that you could spend on other things if you are, especially because she's asking me in the context of we're in like an activist group, and it's like, is this really the best use of our resources, you know? I'm talking about, my bad. I realized that the other lady, yeah. No, yeah. I think now, because we still follow each other. I think she's like leftist, like socialist now. And I kind of look at that and I'm like, is that my fault? I didn't mean to like turn her in that direction. Yeah. Yeah, I do think about it sometimes, because I sometimes hear like left-wing people. I'm not really a leftist, I'm not like a socialist, but I'll oftentimes hear them use similar arguments to the ones that I use. And I think like, okay, like
they're taking some of the same ideas, but like their thought process leads it to a different conclusion. It's kind of like, for example, do you know who Hassan Piker is? Hassan Piker? Okay. So he's like, I would even probably say that he might be the most popular left-wing political influencer right now. And he caught a little flack a few weeks back because he was invited to speak at like some college Democrat speaking thing, and he wore like a Mao outfit, like Mao Zedong from like the Chinese Communist Revolution thing, right? And some people were defending it. They're like, they're gonna call you like socialist and communist anyways, and it's like, well, yeah, I've used that argument a lot, but like when I use that argument, it was in the context of like, we're not socialists, we're not communists, you know what I mean? But like, you guys are playing into it like you're wearing a literal communist outfit, you know what I mean? Well, no, he's like an actual socialist communist. So yeah, so the socialists use it in like a totally different context than when I say it like that. It's like they're gonna say that your ideas are socialist or communist when we're not, but like they use that same argument, but they actually are communists. They actually lean into it. Yeah, and I mean, that's the other part of it too, is like kind of what we were talking about, like you have a conversation with this person every now and then, and to your point, like, okay, you had a conversation, maybe you changed their mind on one or two things, they're gonna go back home and they're gonna watch like whatever news media that they're listening to, and that's gonna be on for them like every day or whatever. Like you're going up against that, so it's like one step forward and two steps back. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that for sure. Yeah, it's interesting when I have conversations with people, like, people have like really strong opinions on stuff, and then, you know, you have like a conversation with them and you realize that there's a lot of stuff, despite them feeling very strongly that they know the ins and outs, like things that you're like, how do you not have you not heard that? Like, it's been all over the news. But it's like what you're saying, like their media diet, whoever they're watching intentionally doesn't cover some of those things. It did. Yours too, or I wonder if he dipped out. Oh no, that was pretty much it. Are we able to play CPUs? It's also hard too sometimes to get people to like understand the severity of certain things, or certain things are important. I realized that when prior to the 2024 election, my little cousin, she would ask me like about stuff. It's like she was getting into politics for the first time. 'Cause I think that would have been the first time she was voting, and it was a lot of like I realized that there's a lot of aspects of like how our governmental system structured she didn't even really know. And I realized at that point, like I take for granted that I took like AP government history. Obviously, I'm very into politics. And I realized like, okay, your average person doesn't really know a lot about some of the basic structures of the government to begin with. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't even blame people because it's like under normal circumstances, like I wouldn't expect the average person to have this much, like pay this much attention to politics, but it's just we live in a time period where it's kind of important, unfortunately. Yeah. Like one thing that trips me out sometimes is like people will like endlessly have this idea. I don't think it matters. Like I don't think it matters what time period you're in. I think people always have anxiety over crime, but the crazy thing is like crime has been on a steady decline since like the 90s, but like people think that there's crime waves every year. They behave that way and they vote that way. But I understand why, because it's like when you watch the news is going to want to play the most salacious stuff that goes on, and so you selectively get the most crazy like crimes that are going on, and you think that that's like reflective of a general trend, and it's like, no, you're just getting the most compelling stories cherry picked for you. Yeah. I like that. I like that. Have you thought of that one before? Yeah. You know, I just thought about that right now. I was like, I just remembered that they can't even hear you. To those of you who are watching this, my friend said that. Wait, say it again. Oh, yeah, okay. So in the media, unfortunately, they tell stories for views, not for the news. Did I say that right? Yeah, there you go. So it must be true. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, one topic that this kind of pops up with was I had this, not like a huge argument, but just like a small argument. Not even like a heated one or anything, but we're talking about So I was talking to somebody about the Supreme Court, and I was like, the Supreme Court like needs to be kind of reformed because the decisions they made recently are just, they're very partisan. They're kind of corrupting the system. And I mentioned the immunity case, and I don't know how like familiar you are with that whole case. And I mentioned like Trump. Yeah. It was right before the election. This is another thing too, is the Supreme Court sat on that case for like months when they could have decided it earlier. To me, it feels nefarious because like, why do you guys wait till right before the election to decide that case when you guys are doing all these emergency cases on an expedited timeline for everything else? To me, it kind of speaks to some weird motivations. But anyways, so this case was, this is what protected him actually from the court cases he was involved in for the January 6th. Those were delayed partially because the Supreme Court, there was some appeals that went to the Supreme Court and they sat on it for months and they waited right before the election to finally decide it. But in that case, they gave him immunity. They said a president is immune from criminal acts if it's, the wording they used was an official act. And so I brought that up to the person, and sometimes I'll use like trigger words. Trigger not in the sense of making people mad, but like I know it'll generate like a certain response from them because I have like a follow-up. It's almost like an alley-oop. And so I mentioned like, yeah, you know, one of the examples of like the issues with the court is they gave Trump absolute immunity, and he was like, it's not absolute immunity, it's only for official acts. And I was like, okay. I was like, let's go through this exercise. What is an official act? Right, and these are like kind of an example of like where people don't really understand the nuances. And so he was like, you know, it's any act that I forget exactly what he said. And I mentioned like, no, the in that case, the example that they were the actual oh shit, is your thing lagging? Oh, you're good. Don't lie, you didn't want me to beat you. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I don't think either of us were really playing super serious. I think we're just like dancing around. But yeah, so the appeal that got that case up to the Supreme Court had to do with communications that they were trying to use for the case. But Trump's team was arguing those cases, or those communications were like privileged communications. You can't use them for a case or whatever. And they wound up arguing that, like, okay, because the communications he had were literally like asking his attorney general to engage in illegal behavior. Like, this was basically dead of rights. Like, the only way that they got out of it was appealing it up to the Supreme Court. They needed presidential immunity to get out of it. It kind of tells you like it was illegal because without the immunity, like that was it for them, right? And they had to go up to the Supreme Court because that's the last avenue that you have for relief on something like that. And so I was telling that guy, I was like, when you say like, oh, it's not absolute immunity, the specific case that they were citing was an example of him asking his attorney general to engage in a like literally illegal activity, and it wasn't activity that is a explicit, because this guy thought it was like only for stuff that the Constitution gives you explicit or gives the president explicit authority over, which I reminded him, I'm like, you don't need immunity from stuff that the president already has explicit like authority from the Constitution. Like, why would you need immunity for that? You don't. It doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, it's already not illegal. It's literally explicitly stated in the Constitution you can do it. You needed the immunity for stuff that falls outside of what the Constitution explicitly gives him power over. And then I pointed out to him, like, yeah, so that official act thing and that specific case that they cited, they talked about how one of the rationales was that, okay, the president as commander-in-chief, one of his primary roles is national security. So if he cites national security as the reason why that communication needs to be privileged, then therefore it's an official act, and you can't. Not only can it not be criminally prosecutable, they said that lower courts can't even review it. They can't even look at it. They can't even look at those communications. You can't even use those communications in a courtroom. Like, let's say if you were trying to prosecute another crime, you can't even use the communications from whatever that thing was. You can't even use those communications as evidence in another crime. And so the point that I made to him was like, if you're able as a president to cite national security or national emergency to give you absolute immunity, like, you tell me, like what is the actual limitation for that? And of course, like, he had a hard time actually coming up with something. And I was like, yeah, the issue is that ruling, it's too vague, it's too broad, it's too open-ended. The dissent in the case, they brought this question up, and the Chief Justice, like, he literally in the case just hand waves it away. This guy, by the way, he thought I didn't read the case. He's like, you should actually read the case because you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, okay, let's talk about it. Because I've read it. I read the case. I read the dissent. Like, I know exactly what's in there. But yeah, so that's one of those examples. Anyways, sorry. No, my bad. Why did we even... I forgot how we even got into that. Oh, we were just talking about how people don't really know, like, the nuances of stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I don't even know if this guy was, like, pro-Trump or whatever, but there's also just the case where I think a lot of people don't... If they don't know too much about this stuff, they think, like, oh, you're just overreacting. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're just, like, a liberal, you're partisan, you're just... And I don't blame them either, because, like, I could see how from an outsider's perspective, they don't know what these terms mean. Like, oh, it's only for official acts. Well, that, you know, that makes sense. Of course, like, the president should be able to do the things that are official, but it's like, okay, well, this has a specific legal definition. It doesn't mean what you think it means, you know? Oh, no, you're good. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Seven, 6, 9. CG. Oh shit, we already got other people in here. That was fast. What is this IG? Is that guy's, like, Instagram? This guy might be a tryhard. This can go one way or the other. We're either on his highlights looking like idiots, or we're on his highlights making him look bad. Well, so far, me and this IG dude haven't even touched each other. I was too for a second. I remember back in the day on the GameCube, I would never use the side B for Roy. Here and there, but I didn't really rely on it too much. I didn't realize how important those combos were. till they added him back into the game. Yeah. Was that in the GameCube version? You didn't have those options, right? Where you could kind of change with like, as you're stringing them, you can like hit up, down, and it'll do different things. I think the original one just had one sequence, right? Oh shit. That makes sense. I like for Roy the last one at the end. You can do the up one; it throws him up in the air, and then I followed up with the up B. Yeah. So far, I mean, the Instagram dude, he's not bad, but I thought he was going to wind up kicking our ass. It's kind of on par. Well, I thought you KO'd him just a minute ago. Where am I at? I'm at 4-2. Oh! Oh, I didn't realize you were Mewtwo this entire time. I thought you were Mario for some reason. I tell my chat that they disconnected because they didn't want to see these hands. Oh, somebody sent me a friend request. I wonder if this is the IG dude. It's Brandon. I thought I was special. Oh, I thought this was your server this entire time. Oh. Roy's a hot boy. Wait, weren't we just on this map? Basically like where they think I don't know or I didn't read it. And then turns out they didn't really read it. Yeah. One of the arguments I made with that, when people started using that argument for everything, I was like, you know, some things you should be offended by. It's like, imagine I went into your house and just started calling your mom a B word. I've heard other people use this argument now, by the way, but as far as I know, I invented it. But like, it's like, you're not going to sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm not going to do anything because otherwise I'd be triggered. It's like, no, like, you're going to sit there and just let them call your mom a B word because you don't want to be, you don't want to say that you're offended? Like, it's stupid, you know? It's like everybody's... Yeah, it's like everybody's gonna have things that bother them. It really just kind of comes down to like, what do you value? And when people complain like, oh, you're sensitive over this thing, it really kind of just means like, you're sensitive over something that they don't care about. And then vice versa. I mean, those same people will say like, you're too sensitive over this and that thing. They get up in arms if you make fun of Charlie Kirk. And it's like, okay, we all have things that Or if you were to make fun of like their religion or something. It's like we all have boundaries, it just matters like where your boundaries are at. Oh! Yeah. I remember when that happened too, when he... Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because we've gotten to like a point where we went so far with that, oh, you're triggered thing, to the point where like we live in a culture now where like people don't have empathy anymore. But I was gonna say, when Charlie Kirk died, I remember people being like, you know, how did... I don't think they said this specifically, but some along the lines of like, how did we get to the point where you guys like think like this kind of behavior is okay, and like as a society we've gotten to the point where now we're making fun of people who are dead, and it's like, have you not noticed what you guys were setting up for the past like 10 years in terms of a cultural, you know, mandate or whatever, where like everybody just makes fun of everything no matter what? Like, what'd you expect? Yeah. Oh, you know what it is? It's, I remember like older people saying like, oh, kids don't have respect anymore. And it's like, motherfucker, you voted for Donald Trump. Like, yeah, like, of course kids don't have respect anymore. Like, you've basically set up a culture where you taught them that being disrespectful is like a cool thing, and it's good. I saw it coming too, and I just did not dodge it. Ah! Almost got me a third time. Ah! Oh! Oh my god. I thought it was Ken, but yeah, it doesn't really... It's all good. For a hot second there, I thought Sonic was... I forgot Sonic wasn't a Pokemon. If if he didn't have shoes, like, he could literally just be a Pokemon. He has shoes. Jinx. Yeah, it's funny. My chat still doesn't know what the context is. They just hear me say Jinx for no reason. Oh, yeah. I don't like Sonic because I feel like he thinks he's better than he actually is, but I feel like he's just cheesing. I saw it, yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's the benefit, is that you'd be asking the kind of questions that like an average person who isn't like in the weeds on politics would ask. Because like one thing I think about sometimes too is like the people who actually watch political content as like a everyday thing, like we take for granted sometimes that we're abnormal and most people aren't in the weeds like we are on stuff. Yeah. And speaking of which, there's that whole I was saying like the currently the infighting between the left and the liberals. There's this whole thing called DSA, which is like the Democratic Socialists of America. And so they're kind of taking off lately because some of their candidates are winning elections. And a few of them were interviews because now they're starting to get attention. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, going into an interview, like on Fox News or CNN or whatever it may be, like, you have to know that these are the questions that are come up. They were asking them about, like, okay, do you guys want to abolish the police? And do you guys have, like, this whole, like, defund the police thing? And I was shocked. I was like, they're still running on defund the police. I'm like, do you guys not realize that just the expression alone is already poison? Like, you guys didn't even bother trying to come up with a new slogan or anything? Like, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the left is the original people who came up with that whole defund the police thing. I was just surprised because that whole phrase, I remember, was a big political topic years ago. And I thought that they would have at least come up with like a different way of talking about it or something. But they were doubling down on it. I was like, you gotta be like, what? That's a choice, I guess, if you want to run on that, but I don't think that's gonna be very popular with a lot of people. And I remember in one of those interviews here, they're like, okay, you want to like abolish the police. Like, what happens if there's crime? And the person would just like, well, I want to talk about real issues. Like, bro, like, you really think a general elected is going to hear you say that and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to vote for this person? Like, they're going to be concerned. Like, wait a second, what's your plan for crime then? If you want to, it blows my mind. Like, I'm not of that. Yeah, I'm not of that political persuasion, but like, I even look at that and I'm like, fuck, like I almost want to give you guys like just basic strategy stuff, but like I don't want to help you out at the same time. But like, how are you that incompetent? They play everywhere, huh? Oh, at your job? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they always hit the greatest hits like right around election time. I'm waiting for the immigrant caravans to pop up. Probably like a month before the election. Right now, the big thing is I hear a lot of people online, and I know it's probably coming from like Fox News and stuff, talking about like, oh, you know, we have to support Trump and the Republicans, otherwise the country's going to fall to Islam. And I'm like, do you guys realize like Muslim people are like less than 1% of the population? Like, what are you talking about? Like, like even if Muslims wanted to take over the country, like it just doesn't even make sense. Like numbers wise, it's weird. Yeah. The craziest part about all this too is I feel like we talked about this before, which is it's crazy to me seeing, I remember right after high school, like in our college days, being on 4chan and seeing like extreme right-wing fascistic neo-Nazi stuff like on 4chan, But like it's all the same stuff now, but it's just mainstream conservatism now. It's wild. Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. It came out in the Epstein files. Steve Bannon and Epstein were like had messages talking about using 4chan, and then yeah, basically what you were saying, using it as a springboard. I mean, that's what their messages said. They just straight up were saying that. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't. I failed to get in the spectator stand on time. Growing up, my grandpa used to watch. Oh god. Oh, that makes sense. Oh yeah, I was just saying that growing up, he used to watch Fox News, so I was like, kind of like you seeing it now. I saw it all while I was growing up. I mean, they weren't as extreme as they are today, but there are a lot of the same themes. Kind of crazy though, because I never thought I'd see this, but he was hardcore into like Republican politics. Watch Fox News like every day when he got off of work. He's not into like Republican stuff anymore. I don't know where he stands exactly. I feel like he's just kind of done with politics, but it just kind of surprised me. I never thought he would have abandoned all of that. I mean, that's kind of... Yeah. That's kind of one of the things I was going to say is like, I'm glad that he's changed in that way, because I feel like our relationship is a lot stronger because we don't have that tension between us. Whereas when I was younger, I used to argue with him about it. It was so bad. I remember when I was a kid, I used to argue with him about, like he was against like welfare in general, you know, oh, welfare leeches, they should just get a job, that kind of thing. I was like, okay, well, what about like the kids though? And he's like, well, it's not my problem. Like, you want the kids to just starve and die? You know, but I think part of it is like, it's probably a question that no one had ever really kind of brought up or asked. Like Fox News isn't going to really bring that up. And I think like in the moment, he's just kind of defensive. I don't think he actually really believed that, you know? Yeah, I mean, when I had those arguments with him, I just don't think he thought about that angle of it, because Fox News used to just talk about, you know, here's this welfare queen, here's this person that's abusing it, you know, blah, blah, blah. But like, they probably never talked about like the idea of like, okay, well, what about kids that are... When I brought it up to him, it very much felt like it's not something he had even really considered until I had brought it up. And in that moment, I understand this as an adult now, like, in the moment, people aren't likely to change their mind, because they feel very defensive, and you gotta kind of give them time to kind of let them ruminate on it. Oh, I was just changing my character. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm probably I think the kind of concern and point that you're getting at is, I don't think that, obviously I don't want people to just kind of abuse it and use it like in that way. So I think there should be, and I know that there already is, I don't know if they're very good at tracking it, but like, when you're on it, you should have a requirement that you're looking for a job and that, you're actually making an effort to get off of it so you can, like, whatever, be sustainable on your own. And then obviously I don't think it should be like a luxury thing. Like, it should be enough to kind of take care of your needs. But I also think that people think that there's a lot more abuse in the system than there actually is. I think people don't realize this. No one talks about it, so I don't blame people, but the government does regular audits on these kind of things. They do like randomized audits to see like, okay, let's just pull like a few case files and follow up on these and see if there's abuse going on. So there is actually like an estimate of what the rate of abuse is in these systems. So that's one thing. I don't think it's very high, from my understanding. And then on top of that, welfare is actually a really small part of our federal budget. I don't think people know that. I think it's like less than 5%. So it's like, okay, if we really like laser focus on this, let's say, I used to ask my grandma and grandpa this question, like, okay, you think there's a lot of abuse in the system, like what would you say the percentage is? And I don't know, they might give me like 10%. I'm like, okay, cool, 10%. So if welfare is like 5% of our federal budget, and then you're telling me that 10% of it is waste, fraud, and abuse, now you're talking about 0.5% of the budget, but like you're spending all this time on this particular issue, you know what I mean? Most of our budget deficit comes down to, it's actually, and probably part of the reason why no one really wants to have an honest conversation about it, is mostly Social Security and military spending. That's where the brunt of it comes from. Yeah. It gets imbalanced too. I'm sure you're aware, like, you need the younger people in the workforce to balance it out. Yeah. Yeah, and here's a bigger issue that I used to bring up, and I really don't even hear that many people talk about it, which is because part of the reason that conservatives will talk about the birth rate, and this makes sense, but for whatever reason they don't usually articulate very well, is that issue that you need the population to constantly grow so that the pyramid's not upside down on the Social Security thing. And we're running into an issue where that might not be the case. So one way to solve it is immigration, but there are other issues with that. But one of the things I bring up is like, okay, well, the conversation no one's having and no one wants to have is, it's not sustainable to have a retirement system that relies on the population to literally grow indefinitely. But I think the reason no one wants to have that conversation is because, like, it's kind of scary to think about, okay, well, I don't know what the answer to that question is. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, another thing too about this, because when I brought it up and I've had people talk to me about it, and they're like, okay, well, see, that's why we need to raise the population size. And I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying, but number one, like, I don't like the idea that you're just kind of like trying to pressure and force people to have kids when they're not ready to have kids. But then the other thing is, like, you're only thinking about one effect of this. You're not thinking like, okay, you increase the population size. Okay, maybe you've solved the Social Security issue, but now you have resource issues. Now we got to talk about more energy for that population. Now we got to talk about more like use of clean water and trash that we're accumulating as a society. Like you're not having that conversation to go along with it. So yeah, and we have a housing issue already as it is. So it's like, okay, you guys aren't really holistically thinking about it, but I understand, like, your average person's not going to.
I don't expect them to. Yeah. I mean, I kind of think that automation can help us with that problem, but that's an awkward conversation because that starts to sound like socialism or communism, where people are being subsidized in retirement just because robots are like producing stuff for them, you know? Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't really disagree with that. I guess I'd have to think about it a little bit more, like in terms of how it might impact like other considerations I have. But I mean, I don't doubt what you're saying. I mean, my ultimate thought on it, though, honestly, is like, I feel like it's just in like the list of things that are an issue with the country that need to be addressed. Like, I feel like it's such a like way down on the list of things because it represents such a small part of the budget. But I guess to your point, like, it's not just a budgetary issue. It might be like a social issue where it's affecting the way kind of people develop, which will have like knock-on effects. So that's a part I probably have to kind of think about a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, what do you think the solution to that is? Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
Choose your fighter. Roy.
That's actually... Yeah. That specific point is something that is actually like well discussed in social science. I forgot what they have like a certain term for that. It's like I don't remember what the term is, but it's exactly what you're saying, where it's like there's it's that weird dynamic where you're right in the kind of gap between the welfare is just enough to survive, but yeah, like you're saying, like it's not enough where you feel the security to pick up a job, because then whatever job you get is not enough to support yourself on your own, and then you're kind of in that weird transition state. I mean, on that point too, like that's actually one of the major reasons why I get upset about the way conservatives treat like people having kids, because I feel like they don't have any consideration for all of the socioeconomic detriments that come from just like blindly encouraging poor people, young people to have kids. I mean, I'm slightly in that situation too. I don't know if my mom ever took welfare. She might have, but I probably wouldn't have known about it. I mean, she always worked, but she might have supplemented it. I don't really know. But, she worked for Section 8. But I don't know if she ever had Section 8 housing, though. Yeah. Yeah, she works for it. But I mean, her having me at such a young age, that experience growing up, like, to me, it left a very strong impression on me of, like, I don't want young people to have kids before they've had a chance to kind of grow up and mature and they're ready to have kids. And that creates so many problems that I think conservatives take for granted, where, like, they complain about crime, they complain about, like, poverty and people on social welfare, and it's like, you understand that when you have people who are young or not really able to support kids having kids, like, you're creating generations of that problem. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm glad I kind of turned out the way that I did, because you know, when I was born with my mom, we lived in the ghetto, and I could have been one of those kids that was just kind of like in that cycle of like young kids having kids and being raised in like the kind of like neighborhoods that have a lot of crime and bad influences. I guess I'm fortunate that my you know, I spent so much time at my grandparents, and they used my grandparents' address to send me to school, because that probably made a huge difference. But like, everybody doesn't have that, you know? I actually had to go on welfare one time for like a month, or unemployment, I guess is there a difference, or are those the same thing? Wait, are you still there? Oh. All right, anyways, guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I'll catch you guys later. Hopefully next time I do one of these streams, I'll have the Discord set up properly. There's a lot of inputs to manage, but I'll see you guys in the next one.